Imagine this. You're scrolling through the internet, and suddenly you stumble upon a headline that sounds like it was ripped straight from a sci-fi movie. Scientists are trying to bring woolly mammoths back from the dead. They started with mice. Wait, what? Are we really about to witness a real-life Jurassic Park situation, but instead of dinosaurs, we're bringing back these furry giants? Well, grab your winter coat, because it seems like we're heading into the icy tundra of genetic science, where scientists are mixing and matching genes like kids trading Pokemon cards. Let's break it down. A group of brainy folks over at Colossal Laboratories and Biosciences, led by the fearless chief scientist Beth Shapiro, is diving headfirst into the world of de-extinction. Yes, de-extinction. It sounds like a term you'd hear in a superhero movie, but it's real. They're on a mission to resurrect woolly mammoths, those majestic creatures that roamed the earth thousands of years ago, and they're starting with, wait for it, mice. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about a woolly mouse, which sounds like something you'd find in a whimsical children's story, but is actually a groundbreaking scientific endeavor. Now, let's picture this woolly mouse. It's not your average rodent. This little guy has been genetically engineered to flaunt a longer, wavier coat, making it look like it just stepped out of a fashion show in the Arctic. Plus, it's been equipped with the ability to store more fat, which is essential for survival in chilly climates. Because let's face it, if you're trying to survive in the cold, you definitely don't want to be the mouse that skipped leg day at the gym. The woolly mouse is all about adapting to its environment, just like its ancient mammoth ancestors. So, how did they pull off this genetic wizardry? By delving deep into the genomes of both the long-extinct woolly mammoths and their closest living relatives, the Asian elephants. That's right, elephants are the mammoths' modern-day cousins, which makes you wonder if they ever sit around reminiscing about the good old days when their relatives were frolicking in the snow. Scientists have identified specific genes responsible for those cold adaptation traits, and now they're using this knowledge to give our woolly mice a bit of a makeover. It's like a reality show for rodents. Extreme Mouse Makeover, Arctic Edition. Now, you might be thinking, that's all well and good, but what's next? Are we going to have a mouse army ready to take on the world? Not quite. The real goal here is to eventually modify Asian elephants to reflect the woolly mammoth's attributes. Imagine an elephant with a shaggy coat and a penchant for snowball fights. But before we get too carried away with visions of elephants in winter wonderlands, there's a lot of research left to do. The scientists will be monitoring these woolly mice under extreme circumstances to see how they adapt and, importantly, if there are any long-term health effects from all these genetic changes. We don't want a situation where our woolly mice suddenly develop an affinity for cheese-flavored ice cream or start tap dancing. The implications of this research are huge. If they manage to successfully bring back woolly mammoths, it could revolutionize our understanding of extinct species and their roles in ecosystems. Woolly mammoths were not just big, furry creatures. They played a significant part in their environment, helping to maintain the grasslands of the tundra. Their extinction may have contributed to dramatic changes in those ecosystems, so bringing them back could potentially restore balance. It's like hitting the reset button on an ancient video game where the landscape has changed drastically since the last time you played. Now, let's ponder the what-ifs. What if we do manage to bring back woolly mammoths? Picture this. A herd of these colossal creatures roaming the Arctic tundra, munching on grasses and creating a habitat for other species. Suddenly, the Arctic becomes a bustling ecosystem again, filled with life and activity. You might even find yourself booking a ticket to go see them, a bit like a safari, but with a woolly twist. And let's not forget the selfies. Look, Mom, I'm standing next to a woolly mammoth. But with great power comes great responsibility. We need to consider the ethical implications of bringing back species that have been gone for thousands of years. Are we ready to reintroduce them into a world that has changed so much? Will they thrive, or will they face new challenges that their ancestors never encountered? It's a bit like throwing a party for a long-lost friend who's been living on a deserted island for centuries. You want to celebrate, but you also have to prepare for the potential awkwardness. As we venture into this brave new world of genetic experimentation, it's essential to keep our curiosity alive, while also being mindful of the consequences. The woolly mouse is just the tip of the iceberg, a small but significant step toward understanding the complexities of life, extinction, and the potential to rewrite the narrative of our planet's history. So, whether you're a science enthusiast, a mouse lover, or just someone who enjoys a good tale of resurrection, keep your eyes peeled. The world of de-extinction is unfolding, and who knows? The next time you're in a cold climate, you might just spot a woolly mammoth, or at the very least, a mouse that's got a lot more fluff than usual. And remember, if you ever find yourself in a snowball fight with a woolly mammoth, just know it's probably best to let it win. After all, it's been around for a lot longer than you have.